Welcome to another episode of Capulus Hair Salon's video blog. In this edition, I'm going to be talking about a really common question and one that's been asked a lot more so recently. I'm not 100% sure why specifically, but I have, is why does my hair get greasy so quickly? So to start with, the actual grease, so to speak, is your own hair's natural oils. You need those to protect your hair and your scalp, essentially. So they're always producing through in a slow rate all the time, but factors like hormones, environmental factors, even down to just simply not your hair just not being washed properly, all contribute to that build-up. So the first one that I always look at with people is, are you overwashing your hair or using something that's far too harsh? Because if you really overly strip all of those oils and everything away, all that your scalp's going to do is think, oh, I've been stripped away, it's really dry, I need to get that protective barrier back up there, and it'll keep building up. So if you're not careful, one of these people that wash your hair every day, you end up in this sort of cycle that your hair constantly thinks it's got to produce all of these oils all of the time because they're getting stripped away as fast as they're getting built up. So my first tip was try to stretch it out. So if you're currently washing your hair every single day, stretch it out so you're getting it to every other day, and then stretch it to every 3. And then the absolute ideal one really is sort of every 5 to 7 days. I mean, if you can do longer, some people out there can. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, the less frequent that you are physically shampooing your hair, it's better all around. For holding yourself out in between, dry shampoo can massively be your friend, but please use a good high quality one. Don't use things like talcum powder and things like that. That seems to be a really popular one for people, but all it does is kind of like sort of clogging. It kind of makes like a paste almost, and it becomes really, really difficult to shampoo out. Same if you overload, even with a normal good dry shampoo. It's designed really just to be used once and then set you on for that extra day or so, and then to be shampooed out. If you layer on dry shampoo on top of dry shampoo on top of dry shampoo, you're just creating this kind of clogging. It becomes incredibly difficult for your shampoo to break it down and be able to shampoo it out. Almost like somebody described it recently. I wish I could remember who it was because it was perfect. It was almost like if you put makeup on but you never take it off, you just keep building another layer on, it's suffocating your skin. It's exactly the same principle with dry shampoos and things on your scalp. So it's one to be aware of, but it can be your friend if you are an overwasher. And also simply if the shampoo that you're using is far too harsh as well. Sort of almost like the anti-dandruffy kind of sort of ones. There's certain brand one I might get in trouble for saying, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Head and Shoulders, them kind of ones that are just sort of really too harsh, and they just sort of take everything away, even the nutrients and moisture that you don't even want it to remove. It just takes everything. Just stay away. Another one is sort of touching a little bit like I was saying with the dry shampoo, is if you've got product build-up as well. If you've got anything with a lot of silicones and sort of artificial oils and things on there, it's almost, the nearest feel I can describe with that one is almost like you look at your hair and it's almost got this like tacky, plasticky kind of film on it. That's product build-up, is that. And again, like I was saying with the dry shampoo, it can be quite difficult to shampoo and break down. So that's the next one that I would think about if that's a problem for you. And also another one is, when was the last time you washed your hairbrush? That's one to think about as well. It does help. It's only a little factor in it, but it does help. Also things like sweating if you're an excessive exerciser, or you're out in hot climates and hot weather. Obviously you get perspiration, and that obviously sits sort of on your hair while that's producing through as well. Some people can mistake it for greasiness, but it's not. But again, you want to get rid of that, but you have to be cautious of the overwashing as well. So that can be a factor as well. And another one is stress. If you sort of think about it in this way, if you stress, you get high cortisol levels. Cortisol's a contributing factor for your body to want to produce more sebum, which is basically the oils that you have naturally occurring there on your scalp. So that's one to think about as well. And everybody's best friend, hormones as well. That's a high contributing factor as well. That's why you get sort of more teens with greasier hair than you get sort of more when you've gone through the other side as an adult. That's a contributing factor as well. And another one as well, which I'll end with, is especially if you've more thicker hair, are you actually washing it properly? Are you managing to get through distribute all the way through on your scalp, your shampoo product when you're working it in? If you do have quite thick hair, quite a good way you can sort of think about it is you can put a bit of your shampoo on, rub it through, and if you aim sort of more around the back of your head first, give it a good scrub there, and then work through the top and in through the sides. Because natural conditioner thing, we just take the blob of shampoo and just stick it straight on the top of your head, which that's brilliant, that will clean sort of up there, but is it spreading properly as you get through right from the top down the back and into the nape of your neck as well? So I'm hoping that's some useful tips there and help you sort of think about steps you can take to help get your hair less greasier. Which I understand, when I was younger I was a sufferer of it myself, so I do understand, and it is incredibly frustrating, but the most common one is overwashing. So I hope that helps. If you want to see more of what we do and see more videos of hints and tips and everything, please give us a follow, give us a like, and that's it for now. I will stop boring you, and I hope to see you again soon.